Hello Pisces and welcome to your July 2024 reading. I hope you're all well. So as you'll be able to tell from the description box, I'm Marion and I hope you've seen my previous videos. So today what we're going to be doing is we are going to be pulling a card from the Oracle of Pluto. And then we're going to be jumping into your monthly reading to see with the tarot, to see what is going on, what energies are coming forward. Just, a wee overview, wee snapshot overview of what's happening. So, can I have an oracle card, please, for Pisces for July 2024, please? Okay, feels right. Stuck together. Okay, so we have got the bear. Bear coming out of this deck. This is a lovely deck. It's an oracle and it's animals all created by shadow puppets, because Pluto deals with, amongst other things, deals with our shadow. And I'm sure if you're watching Carrie's channel here at Scorched Earth, you are familiar with Carrie's work in with regards to your shadow. Now, what is coming forth here for this? I'm feeling like in July, Pisces, there is going to be some opportunities here for you to display your protective nature. Because this image of the bear, it makes me immediately think of the protective mother bear. It's not necessarily with regards to, kids, etc. But I just feel like, there'll be an opportunity for you to just step up and reach a point of helping others, being that protective person, being that place where somebody feels like they can go to, that they can get some comfort and they can feel safe and protected. Now, another thing that strikes me is these hands, these arms, they're coming out of a skull. Like it's a wee bit gruesome, Pisces, right? But there's also flowers coming out of this. So it makes me feel like there's a kind of regeneration process. And obviously, as we know, bears go into hibernation. Well, they do in the wild. I don't know if they do in captivity. I've never thought about it. Anyway, sorry. I'm thinking out loud there, Pisces. So it makes me think here that, from an ending, there's new growth and there's new beginnings happening. But also there's an acknowledgement. With you being the last sign of the zodiac, it's often, kind of you're in the business of dealing with endings. Whilst it doesn't have to be like the ultimate ending, if you like, it's like you've got a wee bit of every zodiac sign all wrapped up in you. And I think that, using your natural abilities of intuition, you can maybe pick up where there's some people in your life in July who are maybe needing a wee bit of, sanctuary, safety and sanctuary that you can provide, and they're not realising it, so you may have to offer that. And I'm sure that it will be gladly accepted. Again, always remember, this could be something internal. This could be, you need to be your own friend. There's something going on with you and you might have been being a wee bit too hard on yourself, for instance, or second guessing yourself. So it feels like, you just maybe need to pull back and go into, not necessarily go right into your cave, but just have that wee opportunity whereby you can have some time to yourself. Okay, so that's the energy that's coming through here for the bear. So I'll put that there, and we'll see if there's any kind of similarities with the main cards that we're going to draw. So these have been, oops, honestly, they're so jumpy. This deck is such a jumpy deck. And if you're interested, I will link the creators. This is one of the Fortuna decks, and there's 4 in total. I'm not sure if this one's still available, but you can go and have a wee check out and have a wee peruse and a wee look. Okay, so can I have some cards, please, for Pisces, July 2024, please? Okay. Okay, and the shadow card here is the Queen of Candles. So that is the Queen of Wands. Okay, so let's have a look here. What is my opening gambit with you, Pisces? Let me see. Now, what we have got out on the table is we have got the 7 of Pentacles. We have got the 9 of Cups, which is a Piscean card. We have got the King of Cups. We have got the Knight of Cups. We have got the King of Pentacles right here in the centre of the spread. We have got the Page of Pentacles. We have got the 4 of Cups, Cancerian energy. We have got the Ace of Swords, and we have got the 9 of Wands. So, and as I say, we've got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So it feels like, you know, there's a lot of varying opinions going on this month, the month of July, Pisces. It feels, you know, your natural energy is, you know, it's like kind of being pulled in 2 different directions. Generally, it tends to be emotionally. However, there feels very much that there's a lot of strong personalities round about you. And whether that's through, you know, choice, through friendships, or it could be not necessarily choice with family members, it does feel like there's a lot of there's a lot of people that feel like they have got an opinion on your life. And that's the words that have came through to me very strongly there. And you're perhaps feeling a little bit like, well, please, you know, I've managed this long in my life and this far in my life. I don't think you need to start, you know, kind of a sticking their nose into your business. That's what it feels like. You know, there's people afoot this month who think, oh well, Pisces doesn't exactly know what they're doing, so we're just going to step in and do it for them. And I feel that, you know, there's a kind of a energy that you're feeling just now, Pisces, whereby you've been working so hard in things and you just don't feel like it's worth it anymore. You know, you just feel like there's no joy in what you're doing. And that is, and it's like you've kind of lost your sparkle. it's it's kind of like, it's as if for so long you have been attempting to fulfill the dreams of others, or fulfill other people's wishes, that you have forgotten about yourself, or you've kind of it's like it's not necessarily a disassociation from yourself. It's just you're not quite sure what's happening anymore. It's like what has always happened and what's always been the case no longer feels like reality. It's almost like, you're kind of you're just going through the motions, is what's kind of coming forward to me. I mean, there is that, obviously, that very kind of dreamlike, intuitive energy about you, Pisces, but it feels deeper than that. It feels that there's this need and this desire for clarity, and it's to, cut through the crap, basically, and I think it's got a lot to do with, and it's had a lot to do with the fact that Neptune has been in Pisces for a considerable amount of time, and that's, which is, I mean, Neptune's your ruling planet, so it's been very happily situated in Pisces, but I think it's almost like there's been too much of a good thing, and in that in this time period, other people have been, can I go as far as to say, profiteering? I don't think it's been a deliberate profiteering from your work, or from you as a person, Pisces. But what I do feel is there's been a there's been a period of time where that's been the case, where people have been very happy for you to continue doing what you've been doing. But underneath it all, whether you've been conscious about this, you've consciously known about this, or it's been a like subliminal unconscious thing, but it's now became conscious, and you're realizing to yourself, well, why am I doing all this? It's like, why am I actually doing that job, or working in that project, or working with this person, or in this relationship, or building this company, or there's a whole plethora of things, or working emotionally towards a goal that actually you don't really particularly want to, or you're now questioning yourself, thinking, well, why am I even doing this? What's the purpose of this? And I think that's the thing, it's searching for a new purpose. It's searching for this understanding of who you are now, who you want to become, and just closing your ears to all the chatter, to all the external chatter, whereby, for so long people have had quite a strong influence on you. And now you're just kind of I mean, I suppose it sounds very cliched to say, oh, it's I've just woken up, I've had an awakening of sorts, it's very cliched, and I'm really not about cliches, Pisces. However, it feels like, this Nine of Cups here. Ordinarily, I would be like, oh, this is amazing, and it's about your dreams coming true and your wishes coming true. And it just feels like it's been everybody else's wishes, and you've been happy to do that because you're a caring and loving person. But at the same time, you're just a bit like, well, what about me? What about my dreams? What about my wishes? When do I get to have them? So these strong energies in your life, you know, we've got the King of Elixirs, which is the King of Cups, and we've got King of Talismans, which is the King of Pentacles. I mean, it could be Scorpio and Taurus energy. You know, Pisces do tend to gravitate towards earth and water energy, you know, but it's a bit like, you know, well, you feel like now is your time, Pisces. Now is your time to go and explore the possibilities that life has, whether that is, you know, physically going somewhere or beginning something new, to learn new things. You know, it's this Ace of Keys, which is the Ace of Swords. And, you know, I think for some of you, it could may well be, you know, learning a new language. That doesn't necessarily need to be like, you know, you suddenly say, for instance, you're an English speaker and you decide you maybe want to learn German, or you maybe want to learn Mandarin or something. It doesn't need to be that. It could be, like, for instance, like the tarot, that's a language. Could be a metaphysical language, you know, that sort of thing. And it just, you know, it feels that's, and then, you know, you've got this kind of a thing. It's like you think about doing something, or you've maybe thought about doing something previously, and you've perhaps reached out to, like, friends, like these like people who influence you, like, you know, have influenced you, and you maybe discuss it with them, and they're kind of not necessarily horrified, but they're not as supportive as what you would have liked them to be, you know, or what you feel that you would have been had the shoe been on the other foot. You know, talking about feet, you guys, Pisces rules the feet. Just a fun fact if you didn't know that. So look after your feet, Pisces. You know, so, you know, it's very much that, you know, you're wanting to strike out and do something different, and others close to you have just been like, well, why? You know, and I think you've been quite happy to be in that position, not being told what to do, you know, but cajoled, you know, cajoled, like, into something, and being guided, being gently kind of coerced, but not in a malicious way, or not in an obviously malicious way, Pisces. However, in July, it just feels very much where you're going to cut through the fog, and you're going to see things for what they really are, and that may include people. It may be, you know, seeing people's intentions and realizing that the intentions that you have for yourself are not necessarily shared by everybody else. So what we'll do is we will pull some clarifiers, and we'll just see if we can add a wee bit more nuance to the cards that are already out. As I say, you know, let's kind of develop and look into perhaps some of these, because I do feel that these energies, you know, these court card energies, they are people in your life. And, you know, the court cards are some of the most versatile cards in the deck. And they can be people, they can be places, they can be aspects of people, places, or even ourselves. But, you know, what's coming through very strongly is that they're individuals who have some kind of investment, shall we say, some sort of investment in you and what your pursuits are, Pisces. So let's see. Some few cards to clarify, please, for Pisces 2024. July 2024, I should say. So I hope you have been all right, Pisces. It's been lovely getting to know you through the various readings that I've put up. You've all been so very welcoming. It's been pretty nerve-wracking, I don't mind telling you. I mean, I'm used to doing videos, etc., but no quite for with nothing like this size of audience. So it's a little bit daunting. Let's see. Okay. Right. Okay, and then the bottom card is the Five of Pentacles. Not the most pleasant card, but it's a shadow card, so that's a good thing. And it's a Taurus energy card. So there is quite a lot of Taurus energy, as I said. We've got the Seven of Pentacles coming out, King of Pentacles, then we've got the Empress coming out. Now, what I feel like with these clarifying cards and where they're falling, is you have been in positions where you've wanted to maybe go in a different direction. Right, get a Chariot here, a different emotional direction. That could be, you know, where your heart is with regards to your work. It could be where your heart is with regards to a relationship. But we've got this Four of Pentacles, and we've got the Five of Cups, and we've got the Empress. The Empress, for me, she has got many levels and many facets. And it could may well be, you know, that sort of that mother figure in your life, or, you know, a kind of elder or a nurturing energy that's been around you. And, you know, for whatever reason, you don't feel that's there, but if you, or you feel like you may lose that energy should you, you know, kind of decide to move forward with your plans and your goals. And there seems to be like a little bit of sadness here, and that's a card of Scorpio as well. So again, that's come out on the King of Cups. Sorry, my mind went blank there. Oh, the joys of getting older. So yeah, so that's kind of a weird, you know, that's kind of Scorpionic energy. We've got some Taurian energy here. We don't have a lot of fire. We do in the Nine of Wands here in the main cards. Whereas it's one of those things where, you know, you just need to kind of take a break. You know, but after the speed of the Eight of Wands, then you've got like the Nine of Wands pop in here, and that's the Moon in Sagittarius. That, you know, you just need that time to recoup. It's also a card that squares up against your Nine of Cups card, which is, as I said, a Piscean card. And that's a challenge, you know. These aspects challenge you, and they can challenge you emotionally. They can challenge you and your passions. You know, remember, it's like wands are very much our, what we do to feel, you know, what we do to, where our passions lie, but, you know, we're sparky joy, what sparks joy within us. And if you are heading towards, you know, if you're choosing to head towards what sparks you, what basically makes you feel alive, Pisces, you know. And I think that kind of stagnation that there's been for quite some time, it's, you know, this tight, it feels like this tight grip that other people have got on you, It could be a Capricorn, you know, that's Capricorn energy, Four of Pentacles, but it could just be a financial hold. You know, there's something that you feel like you need to grip onto your finances. I mean, maybe there's been a period of feeling, you know, kind of going into a wee bit of financial hardship, or you're currently in financial hardship, and you know you feel like you need to stick to what you've been doing in order to try and, you know, rebuild finances, or make, you know, more money, and build up that kind of a physical energy. It doesn't always have to be in the realms of money, but it could be, you know, your physical energy, your physical health. That could be something that's coming up as well. So your Empress here, you know, your Empress is falling here and saying, you know, there's opportunities here, Pisces. There's opportunities for growth. There is opportunities for abundance, but you have to move past where you are just now. And there's this, you know, there's this phrase that I have been talking about quite recently, and it was something that I heard online or I read in a book. I cannot remember where I heard it, where I read it. But the phrase is, you cannot heal where you were broken. And I believe that it was in relation to a relationship breaking down, and the two people concerned, you know, tried to work through it and tried to patch things up, etc. But it was just really difficult. And eventually, you know, they had to call it quits. Now, I'm not saying that's the case for everybody, but that concept of, you know, trying to evolve or trying to become a different version of yourself, but remain where you are, is really difficult. So if we take it into, you know, like the workplace, um, you know, you can get a job and you can learn every facet of the job. But in order for you to progress, even in that company or in your career in general, you have to move on. You know, you could absolutely love the job that you're in and love the people, etc. But if you're wanting to progress and, you know, learn new things, then something has to change. You know, you can't, you know, you can't excel without being challenged, you know. So if you're in a job where you no longer feel challenged, then it's a signal to say, right, well, it's time to go. You know, it's time to look for something else, go on, you know, go on that journey of discovery. And that's really what's coming through for you, Pisces, for July. You know, it's very much that, well, let's just go and see, because if you don't, you know, eventually there will be this kind of aspect where you're feeling like physically bankrupt, you know. um it could be, you know, because if we're not happy internally, if emotionally we're not at peace, it can oftentimes lead to showing up in physical form. You know, I'm not suggesting, you know, anything's going to happen, etc. But, you know, that often happens, you know, it's like an emotional problem eventually manifests itself into something physical if we don't deal with it at the time. So I would suggest, Pisces, that over the course of July, you know, you maybe sit down and you have a conversation with yourself. You know, you have a, as I would say, have a meeting with yourself. You know, and kind of a work out where you want to go, where you've been, what you're doing, what you plan on doing, you know, and just kind of a taking it, because, you know, ultimately it's only you that can make changes. And yes, people round about you, they may have a valid opinion, they may raise concerns, etc. But it's your life, you know, and it's your life to take the chance on whatever it is you want to do. So I hope that makes sense, or some of it at least makes sense for you Pisces. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for you. It's been a joy, and your energy, whenever I tap into Piscean energy, it's truly delightful. So thank you so much, and take care of yourselves, and I will see you later, okay? Lots of love. Bye.